Life teaches us lessons that books and advice often can't. Over years, I have quit habits and beliefs that simply don't serve me anymore. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 9 things that I have stopped doing and have let them go so that I can feel more aligned to my own values, goals, well being, and success in my career. So, the first thing that I have quit doing is I have quit believing that success is a look. For the longest time, I was told that I have to fit into a specific image of being a successful technology executive. I had to look and behave a certain way to match what people around me thought success should look like. But that's no longer me. Now I think it's okay for me to show up in swag t-shirts or show the gray in my hair just like I'm showing right now or drive an old car. I've learned that my professional worth, the value that I bring to my work, to my business, to my eVOW initiative, and to my audience isn't tied to these outward symbols. In fact, it's tied to being authentic, being vulnerable, the relationships that I build, and the meaningful impact that I leave behind. Now, my version of success feels genuine and sustainable to me, and it aligns with my values and what I bring to the table perfectly. I don't have to live in a facade anymore. Second thing that I've stopped doing is I have stopped apologizing for being ambitious. As a woman of color in technology, especially in the leadership roles, ambition can sometimes be misinterpreted as aggressiveness. For years, I would downplay my drive to make others feel comfortable, but not anymore. I'm no longer apologizing for wanting to innovate, to break new ground, and to lead with vision. Ambitions, I strongly believe, fuels growth and inspires me and my team, and I own that now unapologetically. The third thing that I've stopped doing is I've stopped prioritizing networking over meaningful connections. Networking events used to be a constant on my calendar as if it was mandatory for success. But what I have learned over a period of time is not the amount of contacts that matter. It's not your LinkedIn connections, the number of LinkedIn connections that you have. It's the depth of each connection that brings value to your network and increases your net worth. So now I focus on building real relationships with people who share their values, goals, and passion for transformation. I rather have a handful of trusted allies than an address book full of people or a LinkedIn full of numerous connections whom I barely know. Number four is that I've stopped giving time to shoulds. Now, there is a subtle, persistent pressure in the corporate world to do it all. But I have learned that constantly saying yes to things that don't serve my vision not only takes time away from what truly matters to me, like leading high performing teams, mentoring, creating scalable tech solutions, it also sucks my energy. And letting go of unnecessary shoulds has actually helped me free up time that aligns with my bigger values and bigger vision. So I've learned to say no to opportunities that do not align with my purpose. And I've learned to set boundaries. That's why, because it's really important to say no, but say it in such a manner that it's meaningful and it resonates with the other person whom you are saying no to. The fifth thing that I have stopped doing or that I've quit is I've stopped ignoring my need for rest and recovery. There was a time when I equated busyness with productiveness. Now I know that the mental clarity and strategic thinking require rest, rejuvenation, downtime, and real recharge. I've learned to build rest into my schedule without any guilt, realizing that pausing is essential for sustainable creativity and innovation. A well rested mind makes better decisions and brings greater clarity to my life and to my work. So, you will often see me disconnecting from social media, not posting on LinkedIn that often, or just saying that I am taking a break and taking a well rested week off so that I can come back more productive. Sixth is that I've stopped trying to control every outcome. Early on in my career, I felt responsible for managing every single variable in my projects. But as I grew into larger roles, I saw the power of trusting my team and letting go of micromanagement. Empowering others to lead not only makes my team more resilient and self sufficient, but also allows me to focus on strategic growth and bigger picture initiatives. Sometimes the best innovation comes from letting go. That's what I've learned. The seventh thing that I've quit doing is I've stopped saying yes to every opportunity. Now, in the past, I felt compelled to say yes to every opportunity, every podcast interview, every magazine feature, thinking that it would open doors for me. But since then, I have realized that for genuine impact, you need to learn to say no to opportunities that don't align with a higher purpose. Now I prioritize opportunities that align with my value, add real value to my work, and support my broader goals like advisory positions. Saying no has been liberating in a certain way and has allowed me to focus on things that truly matter to me. The eighth thing that I've quit doing or stopped doing is I've stopped feeling guilty for wanting time alone. Leading in corporate world often means surrounded by people, meetings, and a constant dialogue. You're constantly working with your team or the leadership or your customers. And as much as I value collaboration, I also cherish alone time. I'm an introvert by nature, and while I can communicate and be around people effectively, after some time, I need to get back into my zone to recenter myself. Alone time is where I reflect, I recalibrate, and find clarity. For me, this balance between social engagement and personal time keeps my ideas fresh and my approach authentic. So there are times when I would say no to after work parties just to recenter myself if I've had a full blown day with people around. The ninth thing that I've stopped doing is I've stopped thinking that growth means always moving up. There was a time when I equated growth to an upward trajectory, a new title, more responsibilities, a larger team, a bigger paycheck. Now I see growth as an expansion in various dimensions. Sometimes it's about deepening an expertise. Sometimes it's exploring new ideas, or even sometimes scaling back to focus on family, health, or creative passions. Growth is no longer linear for me. It's about expanding in the ways that bring me joy, impact, and fulfillment. So for me, life doesn't have a single definition of success, and each one of us has to find our own path, our happiness, and our fulfillment. These nine shifts have helped me embrace a more authentic version of myself, and I encourage you to reflect on what you might be ready to leave behind, the habits or beliefs that you might want to quit to be a better version of yourself. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time to do so. Your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments mean the world to me. I'll see you next week with yet another video. Have a successful week. Bye bye.